Год назад Евросоюз начал принимать украинских беженцев. Для этого была приведена в действие директива Брюсселя о временной защите. В результате этого беспрецедентного решения 4 миллиона человек, спасавшихся от войны, получили право остаться в странах ЕС до марта 2024 года. Корреспондент Euronews Винченцо Дженовези попросил еврокомиссара Илву Юханссон подвести итоги этих 12 месяцев, но вначале показал ей интервью с украинкой, которую поселили в Германии.
Без кінця бентежить. Я не можу мати спокій, бо мені постійно приходиться якісь робити папіри, які то закінчуються, то кінець року, і я не маю ніякого спокою, щоб займатися навчанням та вихованням доньки.
So basically, what can be done, in your opinion, to fasten these procedures that the refugees are facing?
Well, of course, we have a lot of challenges. I mean, we are hosting 4 million Ukrainian refugees. This is really a huge, huge challenge, of course, for the whole Europe, and especially for those member states that are most affected, like Czech Republic, Estonia, Poland, but also Germany. But I think really to have a perspective, if somebody has asked me 1 year ago, before the war broke up, will Europe be able to manage 4 million new refugees as well as we have done this? I think very few should have been asked positively without any hesitation. So taking into account the huge challenges, I think that the achievements are really great.
Other issues of concerns seem to be housing and work for Ukrainian refugees, as we can see in the next video.
Migrants are more or less adapted, right? But now there is an issue of their access to labor market, massive problem of apartments. This is the time that we need to think of more long-term strategy.
But I think this interview really shows where we are right now. We are moved away from the emergency situation and are now into dealing with other issues. We have already more than 600,000 Ukrainians working. We have another like 400,000 that are registered in the public employment service. So that means that approximately half of the refugees in working age are more or less on the labor market. That's not so bad, but of course we need to do more. We have 750,000 children in our schools, but what was also mentioned here, housing, of course, is a challenge in many, many regions and towns.
Do you think that this instrument, this temporary protection directive, could be used again in other cases in the future?
Yes, I think so. I think it has proven that it works. I mean, just imagine if you compare to 2015, for example, where people were fleeing from the war in Syria, and the EU did not activate the temporary protection directive that existed already then but was not activated. And that left us also in a situation where we were very much divided on the issue on migration and refugees and asylum. And a lot of asylum systems were really clogged up with a lot of asylum applications. There were long waiting times. Now, of course, there are challenges. I will not deny that. But I think we are dealing with this refugee crisis in a much, much better way. Maybe it's not even a crisis, even though it's the biggest number of refugees since the Second World War.